Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are not new. My name is Jenny and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my everyday base routine. I am going to start off with the One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Primer. This one I find is very similar to the Fenty Beauty primer for like the hydrating one. I felt the texture and this feels really similar to that. Now I haven't actually tried the Fenty one, but this one is also really good. It's $12 at the drugstore. I think I got this from Walgreens, so you guys should definitely check this out if you're interested. I really like the feeling of this one. It doesn't feel like too much of a silicone texture. It feels really hydrating, but it also fills in your pores at the same time, which I never thought I would find anything that would do that, but this definitely does that for me. I do want to mention to put on sunscreen if you guys are going to be out in the sun, because I do apply sunscreen every single day. I put it on early this morning, but you can't really see it anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over. I don't usually put primer on my forehead, but I don't know, lately it's been giving me like different textures, so I thought I would just go ahead and do that today. Okay, so now that that's on, that is the only primer that I use. I used to use the Guerlain primer, but I ran out of that one. For my lips, I'm gonna go into the Laneige Sleeping Mask. This is just the vanilla one. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Flower foundation, and I'm also going to use the Fenty Beauty in the center of my face, and I'm going to use this one on the outer parts of my face just because I really like the combination of the two, and they're both hydrating, which is like right up my alley. They both are hydrating, so I really love like hydrating foundations. I just find that they work the best for me. I'm going to go into the Bare Minerals, just put it on like a palette or whatever, and then I'm going to just take it and just dab it all around the outer edges of my face. And I don't find that I have to spot conceal with this foundation because it is just really full coverage already. I think it has a medium coverage, but it is very buildable. And I just like putting this all over my forehead because my forehead is really dark and this foundation is a little darker than generally my whole face. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm gonna just use one pump. I actually could have used less than that, but I just used a pump. And I'm gonna put this just on the center. I'm gonna put it in this area as well, and then maybe right in between here. And I think I'll just do those areas for now. So I'm just gonna dab this in and blend it out. And this combination leaves me with like a really nice and dewy finish at the end of the day. If you have oily skin, you might want to obviously use a matte primer or just use a more mattifying foundation. And these two foundations just blend in so seamlessly, so I really like that about it. For my concealer, I'm going to go into the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer, and this one is very hydrating for my under eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in the center because that's where my eyes I feel are the most dry. And then I also really like using the ColourPop concealer. I'm just using up a lot of the products that I already have, but I really love this one, and I find that it's not too dry or too matte for me. I also don't put it all over my eyes. As you can see, I have the Bare Minerals in the center, so that does actually make it feel a little bit more hydrating. I couldn't use the ColourPop one on its own, so I do want to mention that because it is a little bit too drying for me, but when I mix the two, I find that it just gives me like the perfect consistency. It's almost like Tarte Shape Tape, but just a little bit more hydrating, because I feel like the Tarte Shape Tape is really dry as well. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit for a little bit while that does its thing. I'm just gonna touch up my brows because I can see that they look a little bit uneven. If you guys have your eyebrows micro bladed, let me know if you like them or not, because I feel like I want to get mine done or get like the tattooing done on them. Not tattooing, but like the faint color on them, because it's just so hard for me to do them every single day. They take the longest, and if I had those done and my lashes done, it would be like a piece of cake for me to get ready in the morning. Like I would be out the door in 5 minutes or less maybe, because it would not take me long at all. My lash extensions back on for my trip, so I'm very excited about that. Now we're just going to go ahead and blend this out because it has been a few minutes. And you just kind of have to work with it for a little bit. It does kind of look like it's stuck in one place, but when you just like move it around, it'll get warm again and it'll be easier to blend out. So I like going a little bit on my eyelid, just like on the outer corner, because I have veins in this area. If you want your dark circles to be completely gone, you are going to have to color correct. I can still see some darkness in here. I already know that I have to color correct in order to get rid of that. So I'm just gonna do this side. Again, go over my eyes because I have really dark veins there. So to set my under eyes, I'm gonna use a loose powder. Today I'm going to be using the Cover FX. I've been using this one for a really long time now and I really like it. I do find that my Derma Blend is just a little bit more of my favorite. This isn't necessarily my all-time favorite because I do feel like there's something different about this one and I can't quite put my hands on it. I don't know if it's the color or if it's too white or if it's not able to kind of like blend in with the skin easily, but it doesn't look good initially when you first put it on, but throughout the day I think it looks better, so that's just one thing to note. And then I just like kind of blowing on it. I don't like all of the powder, I don't like all of the powder to be on the sponge. So I just blow on it and then instantly just set the rest of the face. So now that that's done for the whole face, I'm going to set it with a foundation powder. I haven't actually been doing this, but I wanted to do it again because the Cover FX powder is just too light for me. So I'm gonna go in with my Bare Minerals Bare Pro Compact, and this one is in the shade Honeycomb. I'm just gonna take it with a big fluffy brush and just go in and set the rest of my face. This is a really nice shade for me as well. So I'm just gonna go in, set my forehead with that because when I set my forehead with the Cover FX powder, it looks crazy, honestly, because it's a really light powder. My forehead's pretty dark. So just go on the outer portions and just set that. So now that that's done, I've been looking for like a cushion foundation, which is like really hard because I just like really want a cushion foundation. But if you guys know of any that have darker shades, then let me know because I'm really interested in trying one. I think it's just easier to do your makeup with that and it's faster, and I wouldn't mind picking up a few shades. I don't want I forgot what brand name it is, but it's like Sulu Sahu or something like that. Like, it's really expensive. I think it's like $70 for one of them, and I don't want to spend $70 on a compact. So let me know if you guys have any favorites. I would definitely love to try it out. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. This is the Becca bronzer in Ipanema Sun, and I'm really sad about this. You guys can see that. I'm gonna move on to another bronzer after I'm done with this one because I am doing Project Pan. So I just want to use up all of my products and just like make sure that I'm going through them because it's just such a waste of money to leave your makeup just sitting there to rot. So I really like just putting it on my forehead. Someone told me that I put it too close to my brows, but I like how it looks like that because it just makes it look smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and I put it all over because I like a really bronzed look. And you can see this side looks a little bit more slimmer, whereas this side looks bigger. So I also like slimming my face as well. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. And the contour that I have been loving is by Kevyn Aucoin. I use the third shade here. This one is Contour Deep, I believe. Light and medium. Okay, yeah, this one is deep. So this one is the deep shade, and I use this one to contour because it's the only one that works for me. But I kind of mix the two because I do want it to look like my actual hollows of my cheek. So I just like to do it like that. It is like a little bit harsh, but we do go in and blend everything out, so just in case you're wondering. And then I do like to bake under the contour because I like it to be a little bit more sharp. I'm gonna go back in with the powder and I'm gonna take that and just put it right underneath there. So now that that's done, I'm gonna move on to my blush, and for my blush I'm gonna use my Milani blush. I've been using this for a while because I do want to pan it out, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really close. I'm almost done with it, which I'm really happy about. But I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna take it on a Bellamy on a Delium Tools brush. This is 964, and I'm just gonna take that and put it on my cheeks. And I like putting it a little bit higher because it makes your face just look slimmer. So that looks good for now. I'm going to move on to my eyes because I like doing my highlighter last. For my eyes, I have a palette here that I made from Anastasia Eyeshadows. I'm going to take this Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Caramel. You guys also have this in the Soft Glam palette, I think. Or it might not be in the Soft Glam. I think it's in, I forgot what palette it was in. But I'm going to take this and just put it right in my crease. The shade is a little warm to bring it down to the contour, so I don't do too much of it. And then I also have been liking to take the shade Sienna, so I'm going to take this shade here. I haven't touched any of my palettes because I want to like finish this first, which I'm really close to being done with it. And then I'm going to take the shade Caramel once again and just blend everything out. So now that that's done, I'm going to take Sienna, which is the burnt orange shade or burnt brown shade, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Just go in like about halfway, and I'm going to do it on this side, because in the inner corner to like half of my eye, I like to do glitter there. I'm going to take both of my Maybelline eyeliners. I have the pencil eyeliner, and then I also have a liquid, so I'm going to do the liquid and then I'm going to do the pencil over my eyes. I don't know if I'll speed through this or not. So I just did like a little wing. You always want to do pencil eyeliner because this is going to blend your lashes, especially if you wear mink lashes. It's really visible when you can see like the white part of your eye and then like where the lashes start. So it just looks like a little bit dramatic. So you want everything to kind of like move cohesively as far as your eye makeup. So definitely I recommend to line the top waterline, and it lasts a really long time. Like it doesn't smudge or anything if you're using like the Maybelline eyeliners. So I highly recommend to do that. And I'm just gonna prep my lashes. I use the, for my lashes, I use the Kiss lashes, and these are in the style 01. And I really like these. I used to be like a chronic like mink lash wearer, but I soon started not wearing it anymore because I wanted more of like I wouldn't say like a completely natural look, but I wanted more of like a natural glam. And I mean, this doesn't make my lashes look the best when I'm taking photos and stuff, which is why I'm getting my lash extensions for my trip. But I do feel like this is just a really great everyday kind of lash, and I really love it for everyday because it's really subtle and it's definitely appropriate for like the work environment, like the work office, because I feel like sometimes my makeup just looks a bit dramatic, and it's not dramatic, it's just from like the lashes. Dropping your tweezers is like the scariest thing ever because sometimes they will never be the same. I dropped a pair the other day and they were my boyfriend's favorite pair, and he got so upset with me, so I had to buy new $40 tweezers for him because I messed his up. Like they just wouldn't grab the hair the same way, so you have to really be careful when you drop them. But I just dropped it on carpet, so I'm okay. I'm gonna put mascara because mascara is so important when you're putting on lashes. You want them to blend nicely. So I'm just using this Colossal mascara. Wow, this is like really clumpy. Okay, and then after that's done, I'm gonna take my telescopic mascara once again, and I just like to get right at the base of the lash. I was thinking of getting just like a lash lift for my trip, but that like wasn't gonna cut it out, so I decided to just get lash extensions, and I'm going with someone else. I'm not going to be lashed, so I'm really excited to try this new girl out. Everyone does lashes differently, so it'll be nice to get like a different style. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the lashes look a little like way lighter, and they just add like a pop of something. Even though if it's not like a really big lash, I still think that they add like a nice touch. So my mic wasn't on, so I'm just gonna tell you guys what I just did. But I just went ahead and brushed off the powder from underneath with the Bare Minerals, and then I brushed off the powder under my eyes with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I really like this for under the eyes because I feel like it just makes it look a lot more airbrushed and just like really natural and like really flawless. So I'm almost done with this one. I put the glitter liner in the inner corner. I ended up using a brush because sometimes I will go in with the applicator, but if you want more precision, just go in with like a flat concealer brush and just like lightly apply it on. So I'll do it again just to show you guys. Just like put it right where you want it. And it's easier if you look down because you can like see. So just like dab it on like that, just add glitter. And then that was pretty much it. I just highlighted my brow bone, my nose, and I just left the Laneige sleeping mask on because I don't always like a color on my lips. I want to do a little bit of this color. Wow, why does this always break? This ColourPop liner is like over. I'm literally done with it. I'll just do a little bit just to define my lips. I don't always like going in with the color because I feel like that just makes your makeup look more dramatic, but if you want to, you can. What the fuck is that noise? Like, whose truck is that? So that's how it looks like with a little bit of color on my lips, but that's pretty much my everyday makeup. That's just how I've been doing it lately, and it's lasted like since the morning time all the way till nighttime. If I have to go to dinner, if I have to go out with friends later, I always do it. I always do it this way, and it lasts all the time. Why is that sound getting progressively louder and irritating? Like even more irritating. So that's all for today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!